Okay, welcome everybody. That was a really fun start we had.
That was a fun one.
We learned some new things about Zoom.
We
So
did.
welcome to the M&M March call. Thank you guys for hopping on. I know it's a Tuesday and we typically have been doing Thursdays, but we really wanted to knock this out the very beginning of the month because like Melissa was just saying, March is a very, very exciting month in Plexus. You guys, couple things. Spring, can you feel it? Can you feel it in the air? The excitement. We've got people on fire right now. So many new people that joined last month, new VIP customers, new excited ambassadors. And then on top of that, we have a long month and we have leaders retreat where we're finally going to be able to hug each other. The leaders are going to come back refreshed, excited, probably more excited they've been in a long time. And it's just, it's like spring. I mean, it's here. Momentum is coming. Momentum is here, really. If you're not feeling it, we're going to help you tap into feeling it tonight. Okay. So we are going to jump in tonight and talk about really, I want to start off by talking about the evolution. Put in the chat how long you have been with Plexus. I'm curious. What's the variety we have here? I've been with Plexus for, oh gosh, how many years? 7? How long, Mel, how many years have you been with it?
It'll be 9 for me in April. Same for Debbie.
I think June will be 8 for me. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of numbers here. 2, 2,
9, 8,
and
3, 5.5, 3 years next month, 8 years.
months, 5 years, 3 years. Yeah, huge variety. 5.5 years, 2 weeks. Get it, Rita?
Yay.
1.5 years and 9 months. Okay, awesome. So we have a big variety.
We really do.
Which is great. But I want to tell you, if you are newer and you haven't experienced some of the changes and shifts we've seen in the company, it's really kind of an evolution. So our comp plan changed, right? That was pretty recent. But the resources, you guys, how much have the resources changed? Those of you who've been around for a while. Wow, right? When I first started, there was like, Sonia Dudley had a video out there about the comp plan. And that was like, and then some videos about the products. Sarah Marble had a few videos. We were creating content, right?
We were forwarding the email from Celeste to people.
Oh yeah. And then you guys created the Derby.
I mean, that's when we were like, there are no tools in place here. I mean, we really did have to invent and create the wheel.
The success plan, that's what it was called. It was awesome. I used to print that out and put it in a binder, you guys, and bring it to people's houses when they joined.
Yes.
So this is like, who's watching that 1883 or whatever show? That's the Plexus we were living in back then.
Yes.
It was like the Wild West. Okay. So we have had evolution after evolution and lots of changes. And I remember when Facebook events first came on the scene.
Oh yeah.
And now you've seen this evolution into Facebook Messenger events, right? So and the reason I'm bringing this up is that through all these evolutions and changes, some of them came from corporate, some of them came from us, right? The leaders, the up and coming leaders, but where they came from was people who were taking ownership of their business. They were seeing a need, they were filling the need, right? They were getting creative. They were leaning into their God-given gifts to create and think outside of the box, okay? So what we're going to talk about tonight is ownership. What it's like to take full ownership of your business, what that looks like, feels like, and how you know you're doing it. And we're going to use a very, very relevant example tonight on how you are going to take ownership of your business this month, okay? I want you guys to put in the chat if you are ready to take ownership of your business in March 2022. Put it in the chat. Tell me you're ready. Okay, good. Heather's ready. I know Heather's ready. Yes, everybody's ready, you guys. I love it. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight is I want to ask you this. What will it take for you to help someone on your team go silver? What will it take for you to help someone go silver? Now, I want you to just take that in. And this is going to be full honesty. And I'm going to telling you right now, I play this sometimes with my leaders. It's called stupid idea time, where we have to put an answer in the chat. Okay. I'm going to make you guys put an answer in the chat. And this is going to be an uncomfortable one. but I want you to be honest because I want you to know that this is part of the evolution for you. What was the red light story that popped in your mind when I just said you're going to help someone go silver? And a red light story means that story that pops up that tells you why you can't do it. Okay, so put it in the chat. Be really vulnerable here, guys. What was the first thought you had that was putting you that brakes on it, putting a wall up? I can't get anyone to share. Karen, thank you for being honest. They don't want to share. Nobody on my team is interested in the business. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yes, fear, red light, not a green light. I'm trying is what I thought. Okay, good, good. What else, you guys? What were some of those like immediate, like,
Not enough.
for me, it was like, oh, it's been so long. I haven't helped someone go silver in so long.
Because
Do
people
I even know how to do it?
'cause
What'd you
people-
say, Mel?
Because people are hard.
I don't think I can lead them.
I don't know who. Not enough.
I get turned down right away. I don't have anyone under me yet.
Ooh, this is good. It took me about a year before I made my first post.
So good. People don't want to sell. They're too afraid to share. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yes. Are you hearing? We all have red light stories. Okay. So first of all, I want you to know that this is an opportunity for us to own our red light stories. It does not help when we push them down and we pretend they don't exist. That's why I wanted to make it, to normalize it, to bring it up and say, okay, what is your red light story? And to see everyone's got them. They are not wrong. They're actually the starting point. Okay. So I want you to look at your red light stories as the starting point for the shift. You're not going to disown it or run from it or pretend it doesn't exist. You're going to sit in it for a minute. You're going to feel it. And then you're going to look at it as the starting point. Okay. Is everybody willing to do that? Okay. So now here's the thing about getting out of a red light story. We're going to give you 3 steps tonight to create a silver on your team. Okay. It's going to happen. But the first thing that I need from you is to believe that it's going to happen. Okay. So feel the red light story, feel it, see it, and then say, okay, now it's time to shift out of that. So what we're going to do tonight, the first step is to create a green light step. So I'm not going to have you just create the green light story. I want you to create a green light step, an action step that you are going to take from this tonight and actually put into action. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is you're either going to write it down on a piece of paper or you can put it in the chat. Put the person's first name of somebody that you're thinking of right now that you can help go silver. Maybe it's somebody who's been around for a while. Maybe it's somebody who just joined, because how many people had a new VIP last month, right? So many new people. What if it's somebody that you have been thinking about for a while that's kind of like, you know, hasn't said all the right things, but doesn't have action behind it? Or maybe you don't have a name. Maybe a name is not coming to you. That just means that you have opportunity at the beginning of the month to sign someone up and help them go silver. Okay.
Emily, I have one. Who is someone that you know could do this business better than you can? And maybe you're scared to talk to them about it because you're afraid that maybe they have more influence than you, or that it could be intimidating to have them be under you. Those are the people that you've got to talk to. I like that.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
Game changer for my business was going after people that I knew could do this better than me, that needed it more than me, that had more contacts than me.
So good. Oh, Lauren, amazing. Her best friend just joined today.
Wow. That's huge.
And I love that Megan claimed it. She said Siren is going silver. It's happening. So that is the attitude I'm looking for right now, you guys. So when you think about that first step, so whoever this person is that you just wrote down, I want you to think about the first step that you could take. You could say, oh, I can share with them about referring 3 friends. Yes, that is an option. You could also go to coffee with them. You could invite them to a messenger event that you have coming up, or that your sponsor or somebody on your team has coming up. You can invite them to a vision casting call. So I want you to put in the chat, what is the first green light step you can take with this person? Tangible step. And maybe it's just simply like Melissa was saying. I always tell people, write down their name and then write down why you know they're going to be amazing at this. And then send them a message and tell them that. Just use the words that you wrote down. Business messenger event. Good. Asked if she'll host a messenger chat. Good. Asked to do a shout out post. A couple of people put a shout out post. Invite them to do a post. Asked who they can do this with. They can help each other be successful. Asked to go live. Getting them more comfortable with describing the products and asking questions.
Right.
Shout out post. Good. Okay. So you guys are seeing it's that first green light step. Okay. Ask who they know. Yeah. Or maybe like that, like, hey, can you think of 10 friends? Or I know you're thinking of people. I know that now that you're taking these products, you're loving them. I know you're thinking of people. Can we write a list? Like, I would love for you to cash in on these bonuses and do some and get some referrals. So, and you guys, those corporate videos, who is loving the corporate videos for the comp plan? They're fantastic for breaking the ice if you're afraid to have that conversation. They kind of break the ice for you. So sending those would be great. Okay, so as you are thinking about your green light story, I want you to ask yourself, can you really help them go silver? Because the answer to that question is going to 100% decide if you can do it or not. Could you make this a successful first step? Okay, so I listened to this woman, Marissa Peer. Has anybody ever heard of Marissa Peer? She's like, I don't know. She's awesome. Google her on YouTube or whatever. She has all these videos out there, but she says that what you expect is more likely to happen. Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys a little story.
Hey, Em,
now this is
really
what?
quick. Marissa Peer. How do you spell it? I'm going to put it in the chat.
Marissa, I think Peer. She's like this English, like she's like the, she does mindset and coaching, like mindset hypnotism, coaching work with the stars. So like all the like really famous people that, you know, do mindset work, do it with her. She's a bajillion dollars to work with, but she has so much free content out there. So anyway, Marissa Peer, I just love that. I always think of her when she says that whatever you expect is most likely to happen. And I tell my children that all the time. You naturally are like, oh, of course, that's not going to go right for me. Yeah, that's what you expect. It's more likely to happen. So just keeping that in your head. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys a story that is a great example of this. I don't know, some of you might know this story. It is an extreme example, but I want you to keep it in mind because it's great at highlighting exactly what we're talking about. So in April, I think it was April 2015. I'm so horrible at dates. I know it was April. I was a senior gold ambassador at the beginning of April, and I ranked Ruby as soon as auto ships went out on whatever day. I think it was the 25th or something, right? And it was awesome, right? I hit Ruby. Like that was a huge deal. And my sponsor and her sponsor, the three of us are really, really good friends. And it's Tiffany and then Stacy and then me. And Tiffany, 2 days after I went Ruby, we all three went Ruby. She said, guys, I'm going to go senior Ruby. I'm double promoting this month. And I was like, oh my gosh, that can happen. It was so exciting to see her do this. Right. And then on the 27th or 28th of the month, I went over to Stacy's house and she said, Emily, I have to tell you something. And I said, yeah. And she said, I'm going to double promote senior Ruby. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh. I was so excited. Then all of a sudden I was like, wait, I don't want to be left behind. You guys are both double promoting. Like I want to do it too. But here it is, the 28th of the month, right? And I'm like, there's no way I could do it. And then I was going back and forth and could I make a push this big? Because I think I needed, I don't remember exactly. Megan, does anybody remember? I think it was like 130 points or something on the 28th or the 29th. I got a phone call that afternoon when I was teaching from my son's daycare. And they said, we have hand, foot, and mouth going around. You need to come pick Trevor up. We think he has it. So I picked Trevor up. The next day, my husband had a huge meeting, the last day of the month on the 30th. And so he couldn't stay home with him. So I had to get sub plans together. I knew I was going to be home on the last day of the month with a sick kid. And I remember that night just going back and forth. I'm like, should I make this push? Should I really rally the troops and really try to make this? I think it was around 130 points in 24 hours. And I finally, but when I went to bed that night at peace, just saying, it's not going to happen. That's just too much. And then I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning and my heart was saying, go for it. And I remember having this moment where I thought, okay, if I'm going for this, then I have to be all in, be 100% confident, put my foot on the gas and not ever break. That means I will go until 11 p.m. when they shut down the end of the month. And if I don't do it, I'm not stopping until 11 p.m. So I did, you guys. I worked so hard, but let me tell you what I did that day. That day, I decided that anyone who got on the phone with me was going to buy a welcome pack, period. I did not, there was no gray area. There was no other option. And it changed the way that I showed up. It changed the way that I spoke to people. It changed my energy. It changed everything about it. And it was at 9:30. I was on a call. I think Megan's on this call. It was a 3-way or 4-way phone call. The last person signed up and I hit 750 points at like 9:35 p.m. But the truth is, you guys, I hit 750 points at 6 a.m. when I made the decision I was hitting 750 points. That is what it feels like when you go all in and you say, this is what's happening. So I want you guys to show up this month that there's no question. Of course, you're helping someone go silver, maybe a couple people, but it's not a like wishy-washy and there's no hitting the brakes. Once you decide to hit the gas, you're pushing all the way through and you're going to be intentional about the way you show up and the way that your confident level. Okay. So how do you do this? How do you get the confidence? Because some of you guys are like, I want to be this confident. It sounds great. Emily can do it, but I can't. Right. So it has to do with setting intentions and having affirmations that you believe that are tangible and believable to you. Okay. So you're going to be telling yourself things before you reach out to this person. You're going to do the Marissa Peer. You're going to expect them to be receptive, expect them to be open. And you're going to say to yourself, they're going to be open, receptive to what I'm sharing. I share with confidence because I know exactly what this next step is for them. I'm growing and I'm getting more and more comfortable doing this business. I love that affirmation. I'm growing, getting more and more comfortable because it gives you space to, you're going to sound awkward sometimes. That's okay. That's part of the journey. That doesn't mean you're off. It means you're on your journey. Okay. So you're going to share with excitement because you know exactly what this can do for them. I want you to picture the after story for them. Picture what it's going to look like when they're silver, when they're gold. Picture them on the dance floor with you at convention, looking at you and saying, thank you. Okay. That's what you're going to do before you even take the first step that you wrote down tonight. Okay. So that is 100% full belief that you are going to help someone go silver. Who can have that kind of belief in themselves? Put it in the chat. If you say I believe in the chat, if you believe you can help someone go silver. Oh my gosh, so many I believes. You guys are believing it. Okay, good. That is the first step. Mel, I'm going to hand it over to you for step 2. Oh, you're muted. I was like, what's she doing over there?
Can you hear me?
There you are. There you are.
We have projects and studying and loud things going on in our house. So I was just trying to spare you from background noise. Okay, so I want to talk about things that you can control. Okay, that's called personal ownership. Y'all, there's so many things in our world right now that are completely out of our control. Would you agree? I mean, has anyone tried to order a pizza lately and it just happened like clockwork and it just showed up right on time? We are in, and I don't want to get political, y'all, that is so not my MO. If you know me, you know that is not me. But I do just want to stop and recognize that we are in the great resignation in our country right now. People are not showing up for work. Our world is a mess. Now, things are slowly getting back to normal, but I think it's really important to realize that Plexus has been affected just like other businesses. Okay. There are so many things that are out of our control. When you see staff changes, it kind of makes you think, oh my gosh, is everything okay? When inventory shortages happen, when we aren't getting products that we thought we were going to get, or why aren't we getting these things, or why isn't this happening, or why did that person leave and we're not getting answers? Does it make you worry that Plexus is the only company that's going through this? I think if you really stop, because I think it's easy to blame Plexus when things aren't going our way. But I want to know, do you guys think that Plexus is the only company that's going through these changes? Because we all know that it's not. There are things that are out of Plexus's control. There are things that are out of our control. So what are some of the big challenges that you're facing? Is the old Plexus, the good old days, is that something that you're still holding on to? Because I can tell you guys that I am absolutely guilty of that. It is so easy for me to look back on the days of building my business to diamond and missing that momentum and missing some of the great things about the way that Plexus used to be. But I also realize that that's an excuse and that there are things that are out of our control right now, but there are so many things that are in our control that we aren't owning. And we have got to step into personal ownership, because when you learn to control what you can control, that's taking ownership over yourself. That's taking ownership over your life. That's taking ownership over your business. I mean, what have you stopped doing that was working for you before? In the chat, is there something that was really working for you at one point in your business and you stopped doing it? Because I'd love to know a few of those ideas. And it might be because of COVID, like in-person events. That was something that was a big part of how my team and business grew. I'm going to look at some of these. And Emily, feel free to read some of them out of in-person events. Happy half hours, welcome calls, in person. Okay, I stopped intentionally turning silvers. I mean, y'all, I stopped manifesting local Plexus events. These are big wows. Okay. I mean, I don't know about you, but I look at that and I'm like, dang, those are some serious things that stopped that can start again. Because yes, COVID is real, but I do think that we are in a place of recovery. I think it's really, really easy to hide behind our computers and make excuses. I'm so guilty of that, y'all. I'm so guilty of that. But Plexus has made it easier in a lot of ways. And I want you to go back and remember how much fun it was to be together, and how much fun and how much, like for me, when I would leave a Plexus event, I would feel like I was floating on a cloud every time, hearing life-changing testimonies. I mean, Debbie, I know you feel the same way. We've talked about it. Emily, I know you feel that way. There's not a single time that I have left a personal event where I have not felt so proud to be a part of this company and been so inspired by the people around me. Why have we stopped doing that, y'all? It's time to start getting back to life again. And again, I don't want to be political, but I think we've gotten just really comfortable. And I think that it is also very easy to expect your team to do the work for you. Again, I am saying things that I have owned myself. So everything that I'm saying to you guys, I want y'all to know that I'm guilty of myself. So I don't want y'all to think that I am pointing fingers. I am pointing fingers here too. What will it take for you to take ownership of your business and start developing silvers again? What are you doing to maximize success sprints the way they are? Because it's, you know what? Maybe you don't love the way that success sprints are set up, but guess what? It is the way. So instead of being frustrated about it, what steps are you taking to maximize that and to show your team how to maximize it? I mean, we've just got to stop wishing that things used to be, or we've got to stop wishing that things were the way they used to be, because y'all, things are the way they are. We are not going back to pre-COVID times. So it is time for us to adjust and to look at what were the wins that we had before and why aren't we doing them now? And what is it going to take to start doing those things again? Because I'm here for it. If you ask me to come and host an event for you, I will. I mean, I can't say that every single time I'll say yes, but I will absolutely do that for you. So why is no one asking? Start asking, start talking, start having those VIP meetings again. Those VIP, and these were online events, y'all. This had nothing to do with COVID. VIP events where you exclusively invited people in, where you shared testimonies, you gave them an exclusive, you gave them a coupon, or it made them feel special that they were even invited on the call. You can do that in your PJs. Why did those stop? Why did we stop working? It's like we're working because we're staying busy, but are we really working to develop silvers again? Because if we aren't developing silvers, and I don't know about y'all, but how many silver promotions are you seeing right now? Like, I'm just getting real with it. I don't see them hardly at all. And yes, that's happening all over our company, but it doesn't have to happen to us. And why don't we be the people that start the silver movement again? So think back to when you started Plexus. What made you say yes? I'd love to hear that. And I'd love to know what made you say yes in the comments. What was it that gave you success? Adapt, take control, and stop waiting for your team to create success, because it has to start and end with you. If you're hoping that the people around you are going to make you successful, you are not leading in a way that the people that you love need to be led. Again, guilty. Believe that you can create a new silver. In the chat, what are some things about the old Plexus that you're holding on to? What are some of the things that you're holding on to that have been really hard to let go of? Join for the business. Income potential for sure. I saw that, okay. I joined because I was desperate for needing to lose weight. I wanted to make a good income and be able to be home with my kids more, have that flexibility, better health and happiness. I joined for overall health and wellness. I was blown away with the comp plan. Those are all the same reasons. Income potential for travel funds. Those are all really good reasons. I think can we all agree that those are reasons that each one of us can relate to and say, yes, I understand why people would be joining for those reasons. What are you going to do in your business? It's time to start being accountable for you. And the way that we do that is we get into activity. Don't roll your eyes. Yes, we have talked about being in activity a million times, but answer in the chat, what will you do to create a silver this month? I'm talking about you, not your team. What will you do to create a silver this month? Who can you talk to that you haven't? What activity can you commit to create a new silver this month? Who can you reach out to earn that $600 tablet? That is 6 people, y'all. You can absolutely develop a new silver from 6 new VIPs. Plexus has given us a quick win that we have needed so badly. We have needed a quick win. Guys, as women, we need something now. And you know what? So do men. We are all a instant gratification society, and success sprints are great and I love them, but we need things now. And Plexus has put an incentive in front of us that we have got to kill. We've got to own it. We've got to rock it, because if we don't, that's telling Plexus that we don't need it. So I want everyone here to commit to getting that tablet. Maybe you don't even want the tablet. It's not about the tablet. It's about having a reason to go and get 6 people. Because if you get 6 people, you can develop silvers from that. You can increase your convention contest credits. You can start building a business again. And you have a $600 tablet that you can use on social media to help attract and gain people. So Plexus has really given us something in our corner this month. And I'm just asking you guys to please take that seriously. And I want them to sell out of tablets, because we have told them this is what we need so badly. Do y'all agree with that? Anyone? Tell me so. Tell me so. Tell me that you're hearing what I'm saying here. Okay, good. Okay. So
good, Mel. I really wish there was something somebody could tell us exactly what we should be doing every day to get into activity.
I know. Me too. Okay, guess what? I have an answer for you. And what is so fun about that is, I think a lot of times on these calls, I know we're at 8:35, so I'm going to make it quick. And I will say this too. After we jump off this call, I'm going to go on the Team Darby page. Y'all be quiet. Sorry. Real life here. I'm going to go on Team Darby. I'm going to do a live, and I'm going to talk about the March Madness incentive. I'm going to talk a little bit about the tablet. So be sure, jump onto the live. I know all of you guys are here on this call, but for those that definitely were not able to make the call, please tag them on the live. So,
hey, Mel, will you just tell really quick, just a little about the March Madness?
Yes, that's what I was doing. Yes,
okay.
Yes. Sorry, I was getting there. I was just getting y'all excited about it. So, what I'm excited about is, here we've talked about all these things: personal ownership, getting into action. Y'all, we have created a team challenge, and this is for Darby team. Okay, this is for Emily, this for anyone on this call. This is a custom built incentive IPA. I went through and looked at every single thing that I am asking you guys to do and said, I would be willing to do this. So here's what's fun. This is not some challenge that some other jewel created. Okay. I sat down and spent hours going through this and saying, these are challenges. These are activities that I would be willing to do. So each week of March, we're calling it March Madness. There's going to be 5 to 6 activities every week that we're going to throw out there for you. One of them is sharing your why. One of them is making a reel. Guess what? If you share your reel in the comments, I'm going to give you an extra entry, because I know those are hard, but it'll help inspire others. I'm going to ask you to do things like share a testimony. Okay, that's something I'm willing to do. But there may be a few things on there that don't resonate with you. That's why I wanted to give you guys choices and options to say, I'm comfortable with these things. So I'm not asking you to do every single thing. What I am asking you to do is things that resonate with your audience, with you, that is genuine. And so each week, I want you guys to go to that team challenge. We will have posts every day, giving you ideas, giving you inspiration, giving you a plan of action that is specific to helping you develop silvers. And I want you to post the activities that you do. And each week we will draw winners, and we're going to do cash prizes. We're going to do Starbucks gift cards. We're going to do cash. We're going to do product credits. We'll do incentive codes. We'll do Venmo, Amazon, however you want it. Okay. I will give it away. All you have to do is show up. And the more of you that show up, the more winners I'm going to choose. I have not limited it. I'm not saying there's only one winner every week. Guys, it's up to you. What you do and how you show up, like, break me. Please Make it to where my husband is going, what the heck? Why are you giving away so much money? So what I love is we've got 4 weeks of intentional work that we are going to do together. And we're going to encourage each other. And by sharing these things, I think it's going to all help us get ideas that we can grab from each other. That's why I'm asking you to share. So the other thing on Fridays is I'm going to add a bonus post on Friday, but it can be at any point. If you develop a new silver, you're going to get 2 bonus credits. So again, this is tying back to what we're talking about tonight. If we can all get back into developing silvers, we are back in momentum. So we will give extra credits for that. So that's it. Super simple. Every week, you pick your top 3 things that you are willing to do and share it in the comments. And on Monday, I will come in and I will announce the winners for each week. Okay. Keep in mind too, 6 people, 6 new VIPs or 6 retail customers with at least 100 PV qualifies you for the tablet. Okay. So we've got a personal team challenge that is tailored to us. And we have a huge incentive from corporate. If you're not excited, I don't know what more I can do for you. I don't know what more there is. You've got to grab onto this and say, we really do have something to work with here. We have a plan. We have action steps. We have someone laying out what to do, and we have quick rewards to do it. So,
Hey, Mel,
yeah.
there were some people asking, we want to make sure everyone is on the Darby team page. So on my team page, Pink Freedom, I'll put the link tonight. You can just click
Absolutely.
it, make sure you're on that page. And for anyone on my team, Pink Freedom, when you get your silver, I will be reaching out to you really quickly to do a one-on-one call with me. And we're going to continue to highlight silver stories on Pink Freedom. So that will be happening. And we've got a lot of them for last month too. So I'm so excited about this. And Mel, I love the March Madness. It's going to be so fun.
And while you're talking, I'm going to grab the link and I'm going to share it in here.
Oh yeah.
So that I can invite with the link. Okay.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because I know there's some people that might not be on that page. All right. Well, are you guys excited? Who's put March Madness in the chat if you are going to be joining that with us. And for everyone who is going to be at Leaders Retreat, you better come give me a big hug, and Mel. And if you're not going to be at Leaders Retreat, I want you to be nothing but inspired by Leaders Retreat. And I want you to get yourselves really amped up to be with everyone in June at convention in Ohio. All right. Sorry, we started a little late, so we ended a little late, but we so appreciate you guys taking the time to be with us tonight. It's going to be an amazing month. And I cannot wait to see all of the silvers pop in this month after this call.
I know, me too. And really quick, right after we hang up, I'm going to jump on Darby team. I'm going to do a quick live just to do some Q&A about March Madness. So just tag your leaders, and we will, of course, we're going to share the recording here, but y'all, we're not going to give all the goods in the recap. We're going to give a link. And if people want to come in and listen, good for them, but we are not going to give them every single thing in the recap. We want them to come in and listen to the recording. So guys, thank you so much for, especially going over, we try really hard to stay within our time limit, but thank you for spending time and really sharing some of your vulnerability tonight. So often it's Emily and I up here talking. I really, really appreciate that so many of you kind of put your heart out there and really shared some of the things that have been holding you back, because I feel those things, we all have those red light thoughts. And so I just think it also is so good to know that we all have those thoughts and feelings, but let's leave here with a renewed just excitement, and we have so much to come. So thank you guys. We appreciate you. And we will be on next month. We'll be sure to let you know when we're meeting for April. So we'll get that out ASAP. Okay. Bye, guys.